For 3 years, I was doing breath work almost every single day. And for 3 years, I was using it to avoid myself. I didn't know that. I genuinely thought that I was using it to heal. I thought I was doing the right job, I was doing the work. But there is a specific way that you can use breath work and meditating and journaling and really any practice as armor, as a way to bypass your feelings instead of actually feeling them. And if nobody's pointed it out to you, you may be doing the exactly same thing right now. Stay with me because at the end of this video, I'm going to give you something super simple. 30 seconds that you can use before your next session. And when I did that, it's changed the way that, well, the breath work landed with me. I want to tell you first about one moment. Around 2 years ago, I was lying on the floor and doing my breath work after yoga session. And that was the kind of work that when you close your eyes and follow the facilitator's rhythm and advice, you let your body feel what it needs and you allow it to do what it needs to do. Now, I was already certified as a breathwork teacher and I had the whole training. I knew the protocols. And 20 minutes in, I felt absolutely nothing. No calm, no emotions, not even boredom, just absence. And that moment, I was just lying there and watching myself breathe, completely disconnected from what was happening anywhere and in my own body. That was the moment that I knew that something was wrong. If you don't know me yet, my name is Hannah, and I am a breathwork teacher and yoga teacher and life coach. And this is the story of what I was doing that I was getting completely wrong, how I found out about it, and this one shift that made all the difference. When I first found breathwork, I was going through something really hard. I was being depressed and I didn't have the version or the vision of me that I wanted to. I was feeling very empty, very numb, and my identity was kind of crumbling. There was a lot of grief that I didn't know what to do with. And breath work, together with yoga and meditation, helped me. Every time I was feeling overwhelmed, I would breathe. The rhythm would kick in and I'd feel the spaciousness, feeling grounded and kind of, well, calm, floaty, peaceful. And it would keep on going. Throughout the whole day, I would stay in this blissful and joyful state. That was awesome. It was like an emotional emergency brake that worked everywhere. Now, what I didn't see is something that took me years, that I wasn't really using the breath work to feel my feelings. I was using it to stop them in a way. Every time an emotion started to rise, I would breathe harder and I would move through it. I would dissolve it before I could even feel it forming fully. Now, with the experience I had, I called this breath work an armor. And I see it everywhere in wellness spaces. Women who meditate every morning and they are still completely disconnected from themselves and who they are. Going back to the story from the beginning of the video, I stopped, I sat up, and I asked myself, was I really controlling my breath all this time? Even lying on the floor in a session where I specifically chose to surrender, I was still, well, managing and trying to control, still directing, making sure that the breath didn't go anywhere that I didn't approve of. Then I asked myself another question. What would happen if I would allow this breath to lead me rather than me trying to control it and lead it? And I remember sitting with this question and thinking, I genuinely don't know. I don't remember what it is like to just let go. I am not sure what at that stage I would find out. Now, here's the thing about using any practice as an armor. Yes, of course, it protects you from the pain, but it also seals off the joy. It cannot pass either way. The aliveness and the feeling that actually inhabits in your body. I was protected, but I was also numb. For that day, I just let it go. But the next day, I made one decision before I started my practice. I laid down and I decided to follow my body instead of just the technique. If my breath wanted to slow down, I'd slow down. No judgment, no questioning it. If my breath wanted to deepen, I'd also let it. And if something came up, a tightness or a wave of something, a feeling that I couldn't name, any sensation in the body, instead of breathing through it, I was going to breathe into it, towards it, and stay. Everything in me wanted to correct itself, to bring my breath back to the pattern that it knew, to regulate, to get back in control, to choose to stay. So I stayed with the shaking, even though I didn't feel comfortable at first. I stayed with it because I knew that something needs to move. Something was trying to move. I kept breathing the way that my body was breathing, not the way that I thought I should. Because sometimes there is no script. Sometimes the only way is to improvise and really listen within. And then I cried. But it wasn't this kind of polite, gentle cry that you are okay with others witnessing. It was the cry that you cry when you genuinely forget that there's anybody else around you. This full on, big relief kind of cry. And something came up, something that I was not expecting. It wasn't the relationships or the grief that I was feeling. It was something that I was carrying inside of me for way too long. A very old version of me. A version of me who had been holding on to herself, well, way too tightly for way too long. And I had completely forgotten about her. Now, that was the moment when she was allowed to just fall apart. Now, I cried for nearly 40 minutes, I think. And when I was done, I felt more like myself than I had in years. Like something washed me away, rinsed me. Very tired, but very happy. So now the 30 seconds that I promised you before. From now on, and before every session that you have, and before the music turns on, before you even walk into a studio, before you close your eyes, just do this one thing. Place one hand on your chest and another one on your belly. Close your eyes and say, now out loud or silently, it works either way, but say those words. I am here now. Not I'm safe or I'm ready to release. Not I set the intention to heal something today. Just I am here now. Because the whole point of breathwork is, the real breathwork is to arrive, to be in your body, to be in the moment, to be in whatever it is that actually arrives here. Those words do something to your nervous system. They allow you to shift from a person who is in the session, experiencing it, to the one who is actually being part of it and living it. Most transformative shifts in my breathwork practice wasn't any new technique or a new protocol. It was learning to trust what was already trying to happen. Your body knows. It always knows what it needs to come up, what needs to, well, move. It always knows how to heal. So you just stop interrupting it. If you've ever done breath work and felt nothing, or felt like you went through some motions, but nothing specific, I want you to know that the practice is not broken. It's not. You are not broken. You may just be standing in the way instead of walking through it. So for your next session, whenever it is, and wherever it's tonight or next weekend, whatever the time you have, it can be 5 minutes or it can be an hour. I want you to actually just breathe however your body wants to. And if you allow it, something will move. An emotion or a sensation, tightness, a wave that you can't name. Remember not to redirect it. Just breathe. Don't breathe through it, but just witness and stay with it. Don't judge. There's the presence. And that's where the real works live. That's where real work begins. And you're already so close. I've made a free PDF to go with this video. It's a breathwork reset guide. It's a short 3 pages of practices that I use now and then instead of the ones that I used to use that kept me stuck. It's in the description. If anything in that video landed with you, if you maybe recognize yourself in that woman that I spoke of, anything that felt like, yes, I got the message, I would love you to leave the comment and tell me about it. I want to hear what kind of practices and wellness you go through or avoid, maybe. No judgment. I did it for many years and I was teaching the practice while I did it. Now, if you want to go deeper in the community of women who genuinely get it, I have a free space over in school. The link is also in the description. I'd love to see you there.